Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days and welcome to today's unseen video. We've got so much to get our teeth into, so let's get started with the WWE folder. Here we can see a report coming from Wrestling News. I think it may have originally come from WrestleVotes about there being poor ticket sales for the Hall of Fame. Now, I think ticket sales would be okay if the price was cheaper, but word on the street is that tickets for this thing are like a good few $100s. And it's not the most exciting class in the world. Obviously, a very good headliner. Lex Luger's a decent name as well. But, you know, natural disasters. Of course, Earthquake no longer with us. Michelle McCall is obviously, you know, a great name in the women's division. But I don't know, is this strong enough as a class to get people to spend a few $100s on tickets when they're probably going to be spending X amount on WrestleMania and drinks and hotels and transport, and maybe they're going to SmackDown, maybe they're going to Raw, I would imagine, you know, merch, WWE World, maybe Stand and Deliver, right? I mean, there's so much going on around WrestleMania now that, yeah, this is probably not a big surprise that ticket sales are struggling, but there we go. A little bit of an update. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Something else has been added, and it is all of this, right? So take a 1990 vintage tee. Thank you, my friends. So this is Wrestlemania After Dark. Look at this. So, yeah, save your Hall of Fame money because you might need it for this. So there's a club in Las Vegas, which I think is called Live, L-I-V, something like that. And WWE are going to take it over. And so after each night or after each show, they're going to go quite late. And they're going to do like different musical artists. Look, they got Machine Gun Kelly. They got Flow Rider. They got Metro Boomin. They got That Man, right? You see here, this L-I-V. Right, this is the venue, this LIV place, and not only have they got like artists, but there's going to be superstars there. Like here, you can see Liv and Bron. There, we've got Rey. Looks like Charlotte and Bianca. We got the Usos. Like we've got Damian and we've got Tiffany. Right, so we've got WWE superstars. We've got big musical acts, and it's an after show. It's an after dark. You can see tickets going on sale soon. I mean, I think this looks really fun, personally. They say that this is like bringing Miami to Las Vegas. I was just reading about it here. LIV in Las Vegas brings legendary Miami nightlife experience to the Strip. And here's some pictures as to what it's like. And WWE After Dark is going to be going there. That's great. Honestly, like if you're going with some mates and you want to go to WrestleMania and then you want to do something after, well, here you go. Here you go. The good vibes and good times could continue. So it's on Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night after WrestleMania Night 1, Sunday night after WrestleMania Night 2. So it's all of those. They're not running on Monday night either. They're going Thursday through till Sunday, but looks really good. Really, really good. So this only announced today. Hadn't heard about this before today. So that's a big addition to WrestleMania weekend. So there we go. A little bit of an update of a few things, not loads. If we jump over to Raw, there was a couple of bits in here. Quite a few, actually. Oh, check this out. The Giovanni Show podcast. I've been watching, and I can't stay silent anymore.
Hi, John Cena. My name is Giovanni Hamilton, and I met you at some of the most trying times of my childhood with Short-Stem-Fowl syndrome, and I was actually lucky enough to have you as my first interview. Since that day, I've had 33 surgeries, knowing that my hero, John Cena, believed in me. That day, you instilled the confidence in me to never give up, to believe in myself, and now I'm following out my dreams of being an interviewer. John, we see what you did to Cody. You gave up. You gave up on me and everything that we've ever stood for. John, you hurt my heart more than any surgery ever could. Your time will come before your time is up, John. Cody will make sure of that.
There we go. Statement made. So 30-odd surgeries this kid has had, and I wish him all the very best for the future. And that getting like nearly 100,000 views on social media. A little bit quiet. I just had to try and find a way of turning it up there, but yeah, I thought that was quite a powerful message to send. So Giovanni Show podcast, shout out to you. Right, here, CM Punk and Cody Rhodes give Rey Mysterio his flowers after Raw went off air. So Cody is talking about the legends that is Rey. There, look, they go down. I think Punk actually sits cross-legged, and they do a bit of respect being shown to Rey Mysterio. Look. And it looks like Glasgow showing plenty of love as well. And he just kind of cuts a bit of a promo after. So lovely little moment there where Rey just kind of getting his flowers. And it is true as well, because he doesn't really find himself in any kind of big storyline. It's funny, isn't it, how we're kind of approaching WrestleMania and we're looking at Randy and Kevin. We're looking at the Cody Cena story. We're looking at, like, main event of night one potentially being Seth and Punk and Roman. And, like, where's Rey Mysterio? One of the biggest legends. Not physically, but, one of the biggest legends WWE has ever had. Arguably the greatest mass wrestler of all time. Kind of finds himself in a tag team with Dragon Lee. Sort of just not really in the conversation. I feel sorry for him, to be honest. It's only these kind of moments where you go, yeah, why aren't we treating Rey better? Why aren't we doing more with Rey? Why isn't Rey kind of finding himself in those big, juicy WrestleMania storylines? So... don't know, but lovely to see some respect being shown there. So, Larry, thank you. Wrestle with Andy said, this is what happened when Raw went off air. He was taking his shirt off, I think. Oh. No, not that bit. Liv was freaking out on the outside during this. I've seen a lot of people sharing that clip. I didn't realise Dominic had kind of done a bit of it as well. There's Liv on the outside. So this is dark match stuff. Oh, yeah, we've got that coming up. Just getting carried away there. Liv screaming ahead of. Looks like they were all having a lot of fun afterwards. Boom. GTS into Crossroads. That's how they got the win. So there we go. Wrestlemania, I hope you had a great time, my friends. I hope you had a great time. Here, oh yeah, this was the graphic that we were looking at yesterday. Well, they've updated it because, of course, that's not really the ref shirt they wear anymore. And so this one, drop in afterwards, updated with the new ref shirt. I just thought that was kind of interesting, that this was the early graphic that had dropped. And then the one that came out later has got the updated shirt. So, Adam, thank you for that. Appreciate that. Right, The Rock dissed the spinner belt, not the fans. It was the fans as well. Here's the video proof. Now, it's a really good point because I can't remember who retired the spinner belt, right? I can't remember who was the one that replaced it. And it actually turns out to be The Rock, right? It's when The Rock unveils a new updated design. And he's like, I feel like the championship should be somewhat a bit more prestigious than this. I think that the championship shouldn't be like a toy. And so he doesn't really stick the boot in too bad, but who's the person that got rid of what John Cena called his greatest idea on Raw on Monday, the spinner belt? Who got rid of it? The Rock. Who has John Cena just sold his soul to? The Rock. I mean, make it make sense. Is having a go at us for being disrespectful to the spinner belt. Someone that was really disrespectful and actually got rid of it is the person that he's now joined up with. Make it make sense. So, yeah, as I said, I think that's a really good point. John Cena has got no advertised TV appearances left after next week's segment until WrestleMania. That is going to concern people because big talking point at the moment is that there hasn't been a back and forth between him and Cody. Obviously, we haven't found out about his relationship with The Rock. We still don't know really why now, John. We know that you've broke up with us. We know you don't like the fans. You've berated them for 2 weeks. But why now? You're saying goodbye? Your career is done? You're on your last lap? We would like to see you win 17 and then find out who your last match is against. Like, really, that's what this shirt was about. So why have you turned heel now, John? You just couldn't take it from the fans anymore. Even though the fans have actually been on your side recently. Like, the fans have been more united behind John now than probably ever before. So people want these answers. And he's got one more advertised TV appearance left. He could appear, obviously, before WrestleMania, like unadvertised, but I don't know how likely that is. So, lot of pressure on next week's Raw to tick some of these boxes that haven't been ticked yet. So, yeah, it's going to be a big show. Hopefully a big, big show. And there had been rumor that The Rock was going to appear on one of these episodes of Raw, one of these European ones. I think there's only one left. I think we're doing London. I don't think there's another one after that. I think the one after that is back in America. So do we get The Rock on Monday? I'm certainly not guaranteeing it or saying it's going to happen, but there was a big rumor he was going to appear on one of these. And it hasn't been any of them so far, so all eyes looking at next Monday. So, J Beans, shout out to you, my friends. I would say I've been tagged in this probably more than any other clip, right? So this was, I'm guessing, Glasgow afterwards. It's this woman here that we're looking at. Look, she reaches her hand out. She kind of grabs over at Punk. I think he has a little bit of a word. She then kind of puts her hand out again. He has another word with her there, and she kind of says something back. So I don't know why she's like so grabby, but she does the exact same here. Look, she doesn't let go of Cody's arm there. Cody's trying to, I think, get to the kids. And this woman kind of pulling Cody back, really making sure that she gets her time with these people. Like, she wants a picture and whatever. Like, she is really annoying. She is really annoying. What not to do when meeting wrestlers. Hey, look at that. Like, really reaching out and grabbing. Security should have thrown the woman on her ass. Don't touch wrestlers, especially when you're told multiple times not to. You can see both Punk and Cody telling her off. So, yeah, it's just not a good look. The only thing I would say is, I don't think this is an isolated... It's been viewed 1.8 million times. I don't think this is an isolated incident. And we were talking about this during the watch-along. I think that when you go and see wrestlers... You know, some people have obviously got it in their minds. It's kind of now or never. If I want that picture with Punk, I've got to take my opportunity. And that sort of mindset, that sort of pressure can result in people making some bad decisions. This is kind of the same thinking, I suppose, as those that turn up at airports and all that kind of stuff. Although some of those people get stuff signed to then go and sell them. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't think this is anything unusual. I'd imagine that they encounter this, unfortunately, on a semi-regular basis. But this one obviously being captured on footage and doing the rounds. A bit of banter said, this is crazy. This is what can ruin it for others. So, bit of banter. Shout out to you. I agree. She stepped over a line there. And, you know, the internet's slapping her around as a result for it. Okay, here we go. Let's go NXT then. I don't know what's going on here. I can't believe the belly rub worked. Honk, honk. So here we've got Hank and Tank, right? Hank and Tank come over and they're like, Sean, our advice the other week from the Hardys didn't really work, but we've got some advice from some other guys, which would turn out to be Motor City Machine Guns, of course. But I don't really understand how we get onto the whole rubbing the belly thing. Let's check in.
But
So, wait a minute, you're not telling me.
we're not going to tell you where we're getting the advice from, but I promise you it's good. It's good advice.
That's really going to help with the stress.
But we got something else to help with the stress. I don't want to alarm you, boss.
Tell me the thing.
Reader's Digest recently showed that 95% of stress, it's not carried up here.
No, not here.
It's carried down here. In the belly. And the belly boys want to help you work that stress out because we feel it. We feel it too. We feel it coming from you. I feel it coming from Hank. So we just want to digest
Been a long time.
the stress. I know. Just digest the stress. Trust yourself. Release your inhibitions. Digest the stress. Digest the stress. Digest the stress. Yeah, you feel it? You feel it, don't you? Digest the stress. That's a good sign. That's a good sign. A little more. Digest the stress. You feel it going up? You feel it going up? Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Honk, honk. How you feel? Right?
I feel
thought?
better. The back is still freaking killing me, but I feel better.
Can't help with the back.
Can't help with the back. I'm going
Stress, we got you.
Appreciate it, boys.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
Hey, let's have a night tonight. Let's have a night tonight.
I don't know why he's stressed. I feel like I've missed the part where he talks about how he's stressed. I've not seen that bit where he talks about being stressed, and then, of course, they try and help him out with that, and, you know, sort of works. So, love that. Okay, here we've got Ava saying patience is a virtue, and then she seemed to attach this. So, very interesting that she attached this image with Paul Heyman. This is when Paul Heyman visited NXT. So, yeah, I don't know what this means, where this is leading, what she is teasing, whether she's just trying to generate a little bit of buzz. But interesting. Word of wrestling, thank you. Okay, so then we move on to NXT itself, right? So we'll blast through the show because I kind of felt like it was okay. Little bit of a step down, certainly from what we've had so far this year. Not loads of talking points, but still bits for us to get our teeth into. So Stephanie was defending 2 championships tonight on NXT. She would actually go on to successfully defend both of those. First one was the NXT women's one, which is a little bit crazy to open the show with the bigger title, but we did. She was defending against Jaida Parker. Jordynne Grace would actually arrive and provide a little distraction. I didn't think it was that big of a distraction, but she provided a distraction, and Stephanie would go on to secure the victory, right? We saw all these women watching the match backstage, and Patrick's like, where is Shotzi? And actually, yeah, there was no sign of Shotzi around, but there was the women's division watching the NXT Women's Championship match from backstage. After the match, Fatal Influence would attack, and of course this makes sense because Stephanie would have to defend again later in the show against Fallon Henley. So we had Fatal Influence making their presence felt. Then we had a few words being exchanged between Trick and Javon. It does feel like we are positioning Trick for that heel turn. He's really showing like a very different attitude in recent weeks. So a bit of back and forth here between these two. Javon trying to show that he's ready, like championship material. Trick like doubting that he is. This for me was like a real highlight. Ricky Saints says when he was breaking into the business, he would sleep in his car and he wouldn't know if he would even eat the next day. And so we had a little sit-down interview, but Vic Joseph would actually leave because Shawn Spears would arrive. And so then we would actually get, I think what the real purpose of this was Shawn Spears and Ricky Starks kind of having a bit of a back and forth conversation. Love the set-in. It's the Performance Center, but before the crowd had actually come in. So it was quiet and like you could really kind of dig into the conversation. It felt like we were eavesdropping into a very personal conversation, but the way it was set up, it makes sense because we were recording because he was being interviewed at the time. So it worked. It made sense. It was a brilliant segment. And here, Shawn Spears was like, in case it doesn't work out here, we both know you can go back. Wait, no. We both know you burnt every bridge, don't we? So that's what Shawn said to Ricky. You can go back. Oh, wait, no, you can't go back. Obviously, a little reference there to AEW. These two, of course, on a collision course. I think the match being made for next week. So Ricky Saints against Shawn Spears for the North American title. I believe that match made for next week. Hank and Tank that we just saw, they would get their advice. Motor City Machine Guns shown backstage. Now, I don't know if they were just around and we just used them for this week or if we're going to do something more with Motor City Machine Guns. I am down for Motor City against Fraxium. I would love to see us build and work towards that. I really feel like we've done Motor City Machine Guns dirty by putting them straight on the main roster. I know they were a big deal in TNA, but TNA is watched by a percentage of wrestling fans, and it's a small percentage, to be honest. So really, a lot of people, myself included, really finding out about Motor City since they joined WWE and went to the main roster. And honestly, like, they've been quite cold, and so it's been very difficult to kind of get the crowds to react to them and care for them when we just really don't know a great deal about them. I just really think we've badly used them. So I'm really down for giving them a little bit of a run in NXT. It doesn't have to be anything all that long, but I think we could find out more about them, get them on the shows, give them some banging matches. I'm sure them against Fraxium would be really good. Who knows? I mean, like, do them in NXT for a few months, something like that. Give them a few different kind of tag teams to work with. It would probably help the tag division. It would get them on TV. We could find out more about them. I know there's many people watching this like, I don't need that. I know all about them anyway. I get that. I get they've got their supporters, but I think at the end of the day, everyone wants better for them. And I think this could be a way of achieving that because they just seem they're getting quite muted reactions on the main roster. And I don't think it's necessarily their fault. I just think we've done them dirty. We just haven't really introduced them the right way. So, yeah, I hope there's more to this than just a one-off, personally. It didn't work, though, anyway. Hank and Tank would end up losing, and Tyson and Tyreek would get the win. So Tyson and Tyreek pick up the win, but how long before they face Fraxium for the tag titles? Right, let's go NXT 2, the next folder. So backstage, Stephanie was telling Ava she's not going to give up. Even though she got beat down after a match, she is still going to be facing Fallon later. La Primera never gives up. Then we had a bit of dissension between Fraxium. Fraxium is fine, says WWE. They're always bickering and arguing. And maybe if I was there, you would have actually beaten him, says Nathan Frazier. So obviously, Axiom taking on Gunther in Spain. He fell short. Nathan was like, would have been nice if you'd have told me this was going to happen. So a little bit of bickering. In the background, you could see Obafemi arrive. That took us to our next match, which was Javon taking on Lexis King. Obafemi would arrive. And obviously, he was kind of knocked down by Javon last week. So he was looking for revenge. And he got that revenge by attacking Javon. Javon would be counted out. Lexis King would secure the victory and would retain his Heritage Cup. But massively thanks to Obafemi. I don't think Lexis saw that happen. And so I think he's under the impression that he retained, like, legitimately, like he won the match without any help. Because he did kind of tweet that out. He was like, so great to retain my championship with no outside interference or help. Like, I'm doing this the right way. I kind of like that. I like that. I think it'd be really fun for him to keep retaining, but it's always, you know, thanks to outside interference. He just never knows, right? So that was kind of fun. Then afterwards, we had Dark State come down. So we had Javon and we had Oba. Trick Williams would come down, but people pointing out Trick did not come down to the ring until Dark State were there. When Dark State, this new group, were shown in the crowds, that's when Trick Williams came out. So a lot of people wondering, is Trick the secret leader of this group? Is he part of this group? Because it seemed like he didn't want to go out there until he knew he had backup, and that backup might be Dark State. So it's a very interesting thought, very interesting theory that's kind of doing the rounds. Then we moved on to our next match. This, I believe, was match number 4. This was Gigi and Tatum taking on the Meta Girls. Tatum and Gigi are such a cold duo. Again, no sign or mention of Shotzi here. So here, into the corner. I like that. Bang! Nice little crossbody in the corner there as well. They are very, very fun together, those two. So it was Lash Legend and Jakara against Gigi and Tatum. Out would come Sol Ruka and Zarya. And it would be a loss for the Meta Girls. Big win this for Gigi and Tatum. Big win. That's going to give them some real momentum. And I think these two are going to go to TNA and actually get an opportunity at the TNA tag titles now, the women's tag titles. So I think that might be coming up this week on Thursday. But yeah, big win here for them, getting past the Meta Girls, who have had quite a run, actually, and have been used quite a bit. So they picked up the win with Cemetery Drive. That must be the name of their finisher. So I'm not a big fan of this thing. That kind of double headbutt type thing I'm not crazy about. Didn't think that looked very good. But then we go into this. This is called Cemetery Drive. Bang. It's all right. It's all right. Don't hate it. Don't love it. It's all right. Cemetery Drive is that finisher. I do think them two as a tag team makes a lot of sense, though. Okay, this was good. Tony with Stacks. And he like told everyone, go and find out more about Dark State. And then he said, Stacks' comeback is like, is everything okay? And Stacks was like, yeah, everything's fine. And Tony, they were talking, and Tony was like, yeah, I can trust you, yeah? And Stacks was like, yeah, always. But it is giving those kind of issue. There's going to be a betrayal, or Stacks might turn on Tony. I do always wonder if there's any misdirection. Everyone might be looking at Dark State thinking, yeah, that's Trick's group. What if it's Stax's? What if Stacks was behind Tony being attacked by Dark State? What if Stacks is actually leading that group? Everyone thinks it's going to be revealed to be Trick, but actually misdirection, it's Stacks. Then I'm always kind of thinking about those things. Ricky Saints was trolling Edge or Cope here. He had a little line, right? Check this.
Just add another Canadian to the list of people that hate me, huh?
Just add another Canadian to the list of people that hate me, huh? So there we go. I think he was talking about Ethan Page having an issue with him, and he was like, add it to the list of Canadians that hate me. So a little trolling of Edge or Cope there. I think they had their issues in AEW. So this was Andre Chase against Ethan Page, and we did have a little bit of a Chase U kind of callback here. Yeah. So give us a C, give us a H, give us a... And he couldn't complete it, unfortunately. But is he starting to find that mojo again? Obviously, he had Kale, Dixon, and Connors on the outside. They really believe in him. So, I don't know, are we starting to see a little bit of mojo returning? Chase did the thing, sort of, says Roman Reigns, SCM. Trick Williams said, I won't let them change me. So just some sick pictures that he's put up here of... he's in incredible shape, isn't he? Look at him. He looks absolutely brilliant. So, yeah. Bright future for Trick. Not sure when he's going to go to the main roster, though. Some people are thinking that he might get a third NXT title run and be revealed as the leader of Dark State. Right, Ethan managed to get the win over Andre Chase, but a very competitive contest. Then on the outside, Ricky Saints, who was on commentary, as we heard, he would be attacked by the culling. So Sean Spears and the culling. Then we would see Shaquan Sugars is definitely an NXT champ. Dark State cut this little video outside. I'm not sure about him. Looking at everyone else, there's a real energy, right, with these three. A real energy. And they're all, like, talking and, like, shouting it out, right? When that guy talks, I always feel like it's a little bit not the same vibe. See, his promo seems a little bit more... These are my lines, and I'm going to deliver them. Like, just ask Tony D what it's like when we get involved. But, like, he doesn't match the energy. The others are in the background, like, yeah, going crazy. He comes in and just delivers his lines. So I'm not sure about that. I don't know all their names, but I'm not too sold on him. He is brilliant. He is kind of default the leader in my mind. Shaquan Sugars, I agree with Fade. Seems to be, like, the most comfortable with talking. Seems to have the most to say. I love the energy of the others in the background, but that dude just, I don't know, he seems a little bit out of place for me at the moment. But, well, I don't know much about him.
Talk to their ass. Y'all go crazy. This is Tony T what happens when we decide to get involved. Because when the lights go out, anxiety goes through the roof. Is y'all slow or something? When is y'all gonna realize that when Dark State strike, ain't nobody safe?
So there we go. That's Dark State. Anyway, that's Dark State. Yeah, lots of adverts for Stephanie's Places. We saw loads of that. Apparently, it's starting tomorrow on ESPN+. Trick was asked about Dark State. He said, that ain't my business. Roman Reigns SEN is like, he is so the leader. Here, there's that graphic. Next Tuesday, North American Championship match between Shawn Spears and Ricky Saints. And then in our main event, it was Fallon against Stephanie. Stephanie would retain. Jaida would come down to attack. Jordynne would come down to make the save. Show would end with Jordynne kind of making it clear she wants a shot at the titles. Stephanie's like, bring it. Jaida was on the outside kind of looking up. She's involved. All the women that were watching were like saying they want their shot. So it is chaos in the women's division. Ava said, I am going to figure this out. Multiple superstars wanting a shot at the women's title. Ava has some decisions to make. Ava said, yelling at me doesn't get title shots. I'll talk to everyone next week. So that was NXT. Okay, in regards to Alexa, this image came out, Brady, thank you. Your favorite dude with Alexa Bliss. This is because there was an on-location, like, meet and greet kind of event. I don't even really know what it was. It was in New York. Trinidad Flag guy was there. Looks lovely. There's lots of little videos and things. This is media of Alexa from last night's on-location experience event in New York. She was there with The Miz, right? They were signing these, like, cocktail recipe cards So a very, very classy kind of thing there. You can see these are like cocktail cards, and both Alexa and The Miz were actually signing them. So that's nice, isn't it? If you was to attend, I'm guessing you got to take that back with you. Loads of stuff from here. I mean, I don't want to spend too long on it, but there she is with her partner. There she is with Trinidad Flag Guy. Oh, I don't want to play that. Here we've got some more on location images and bits and bobs. Just a lovely looking venue. She looks amazing as well. She looks great. So just lots of like promotion for it. Apparently in one of these videos, she said something like, we've already got as for WrestleMania, which I don't know if she's not. I've not seen the clip itself because there's quite a few clips, right? But she says, as for WrestleMania, I'm hoping that's a sign she'll be there. I'm just a little bit worried that if she said, oh, we've got as for WrestleMania, is she talking about like a VIP box, maybe for friends and family? Oh, we've already sorted our VIP box out for WrestleMania. We've got ours. I wonder if it's just something along those lines. I don't know that it's given us any clues about, oh, is she going to be there and stuff like that, you know? She might have been talking about something along those lines. Or maybe tickets to the After Dark event, or tickets for flipping... I mean, of course, she's already going to be invited to the Hall of Fame. She doesn't need to worry about that. WWE superstars, you know, just tend to go, don't they, and sit in those front rows. So, I don't know, I was thinking VIP box or something like that. I don't know. Don't know that it's telling me any more than that. But there we go. That was Alexa. She was at this event in New York. You can go to Brady's account if you want to see more of those videos. So we've looked at NXT, we've looked at WWE, we've looked at Raw. Let's go into fun and other. Yeah, this got tagged quite a few times. Larry, thank you. So here's the referee. You're out of there, but he does a little cartwheel. We saw that earlier from Wrestle with Andy, who had his own footage because he was actually at the event, but it's pretty crazy, isn't it? Little cartwheel, you're out of there. This all part of that main event. This thing seems like more fun than most of what we actually had on Raw. This match seems like it was pretty bonkers with lots of fun moments and moving parts. I sort of wish this had closed the show out, to be honest. So Chase said a whole ass cartwheel. Right, this was from that event as well. And here we have got Alexa, I believe, learning how to do some cocktails. This was Trinidad Flag Guy that actually posted this. She was bartender for the night. So here she is, just learning how to do a few cocktails. This is content you wasn't expecting, was it? When you clicked on this, well, I might actually use this in the thumbnail. People love Alexa and want to know what she's up to. Some people wondering if she was already in Europe, and the answer to that is no. She was actually making cocktails in New York, so there we go. So yeah, here she is. Just, I don't know what she's making, but there we go. We don't need to stick with that too much longer. But she's having a good time. Good to see. Natural Disasters have got So Shaquem, thank you. Take a 1990, shout out to you. Natural Disasters, new shirt out, which they tend to do that when people go into the Hall of Fame. Wrestle Night, shout out to you. WWE got community noted, right? It's called the Gulf of Mexico. The United States cannot unilaterally change the name of the Gulf of Mexico without the agreement of Mexico and Cuba. Right? So it's been community noted because obviously they were saying it was from the Gulf of America and that is shown on the map and everything. Yeah. Well, yeah. There we go. Wrestle Night, shout out to you. AEW Defender says, welcome to Wrestlemania. Here's, I know this is coming from like maybe an anti-WWE account, but I still think this is funny. So there's WWE, like advertisers and celebrities, and it does feel this way. Come on, here we go, looking after them. There's the talent drowning, right? And there's creative at the bottom of the ocean. And it does kind of have that vibe, to be honest. Right? I can't say that there isn't some shred of truth here. So even if it is coming from like an anti-WWE place, I can still look at this and go, well, do you know what? I don't think that this is a million miles away from what I'm seeing, to be honest. So there we go. So big OG pro gamer, shout out to you, tagging me in that. Xavier said, I cannot wait to get back to America. Glasgow is full of worthless humans. So I think he went to the club night You know, they were in Glasgow. This is where Mark Henry and Joe Hendry were. And I think Xavier went along. So, Dan, shout out to you. So, here, look, you can see like people sticking their fingers up to Xavier Woods. Dude, why are you so angry at him? Why are you so angry at him? Do you know what I mean? Do you reckon there's got to be some drinks involved, haven't there? There's got to be some drinks involved. Maybe he was doing it to them so they were doing it back, you know? Perhaps it was that. Perhaps he was, like, doing it to provoke these kinds of responses. It's the... It's the smile that made that one. It's the smile that made that one. Go back to that. Go back to that. Yeah, look at the smile. Oh, that's you, that is. That's you, that is. Oh, that's good. That wins. Very good. Right, here is Dom, and he's got a little advert.
Are you watching?
Yeah.
I hope so, because they're looking at the Tendy King.
Oh.
And I've traveled the world trying different kinds of tendies, but I'll tell you what, nothing hits like Wingstop. Especially their new crispy tenders, because you know what? You got 12 different kinds of flavors, and there's no way you can get bored.
Can I just say, seems to be something new. Do you remember we saw Slim Jim get a little advert from Jay? This must be something that WWE are offering now. Do you want our superstars to advertise your products? Like, it's going to be low budget. It's going to be a camera. It's going to be them. But we can get our superstars to advertise your product, pay us money. We saw Jay do something for Slim Jim. And I was like, I don't get this. There's no graphics. There's no transitions. It's just really, really like, let's get a phone. And that's exactly what we've got here as well. This must be something new they're offering to different advertisers. So this is Wingstop.
And their new house-made ranch is absolutely legendary. Just like your boy Dirty Dom.
Okay.
So, crispier, saucier, dirty.
Nice. There we go. Right here, we've got, we've seen this a few times, this dog, but look at this. This owner has done this a few times to this dog. This time it's Dominic Mysterio, or Dogminic Mysterio, says Liv. Dogminic Mysterio. He's not happy. He could have had a different owner. A little bit of a fan, shout out to you. Coach Co said we were so close.
Knew there was something off about you. You're gay.
So this must be, I'm guessing that voiceover must be from a film or a TV show, and it must be like a trend where you try and get your friend to kiss you back or something. Like here she is with Zarya.
I knew there.
Mate, she was about to do it. What? Look at that. Coach Co's like, we were so close. We was. I do like her reaction, though, when she pulls away.
Knew there was something off about you.
Look, she's
You're
like,
gay.
What? There we go. So that must be a trend. Right, and Salami Swagger, shout out to
You
you.
teach me how to say how great I am in German. How's that sound? You know what? That was actually a great term that we call people like you over here. So repeat after me, all right? I love this. Let me practice. Ich bin ein Trottel. Trottel.
Woo!
Let's try it again. Hold on. Give me a second. Ready there?
I'm a jerk.
Ich bin ein Trottel.
I'm a jerk. I'm an idiot.
Ich bin ein Trottel. Ich bin ein Trottel. Ich bin ein Trottel. Ich bin ein Trottel.
Yeah, I Googled it, and it's I'm a jerk, I'm an idiot, things along those lines. I like the bit when he goes to the corner.
Let's try it again. Hold on. Give me a second. Ready there? Ich bin ein Trottel. Hey, ich bin ein Trottel.
Yeah! Very good, very good. Right, let's go other, shall we? Yes, we shall. Right, I saw this. I thought it was pretty good. This is an AI-generated video with some emotional music. Eric Clapton, actually, over the top. And it's just showing what AI thinks that some of these passed away, deceased wrestlers would look like. I'm not sure about the Andre one. I think the Dusty one looks really good. I think it looks good. There is a Bray one that comes up. I'm like, nah. Macho Man looked good. I must admit, I was looking at this and I was like, that looks pretty good. I don't think that would be him at 72, though. I'm not sure that would be Scott Hall at 66. Maybe it would. Owen Hart looks good, 59. Yeah, that looks good. I think it's a good video. I looked at it, I was like, nah, it's not right. Doesn't look right. So, yeah, they've kind of tried to use AI to make like an emotional video. Maybe when AI gets there, Eddie's good. Eddie's good. That looks good. Warrior. It's all right. I don't think it's too far out, right? I don't think it's too far out. But I think that AI needs, a little bit more work. But, yeah, I got tagged in that a few times. I thought it was okay. Right, Andy said, I don't know if you go on Instagram much. No. But we've got a small update. AJ said, Mama making progress. So there we go. I don't know what Mama's working towards, but she's making progress. Progress for what? Gonna have to wait and see, aren't we? We're gonna have to wait and see. CM Punk was at Celtic Football Club. Joel said, I think this is a jab at Drew because Drew supports Rangers, the other team in Glasgow. So there we go. Don't know why he went there. Don't know if it was just a kind of partnership thing that had been set up, or maybe it is a jab at Drew, but he's not really feuding with Drew at the moment, but any chance to take a little jab, CM Punk will surely take it. So yeah, very cool. And Triple H's thoughts says Soraya Page throwing Tony under the bus, right? So Soraya reflects on her debut promo. She wishes that she didn't say, finally a boss that listens line that she was asked to say. So apparently they asked her to say that. So thought that was interesting. I think she is trying to build bridges back with WWE. I think her time with AEW has kind of come to an end, and she's definitely looking now to try and go back to WWE. So I think she's looking for that. I don't know if that's going to happen or not. Apparently she did tweet out a line from her theme, her WWE theme, and people are like, ooh. Right, ATK3, shout out to you, says get ready for your Netflix debut. So ATK3 off to a forthcoming show, and it's going to be taking that as well as some really fun other signs as well. I don't know if I got your other one in here. Oh, I do. I was looking at some of these. I thought some of these were good. So SmackDown. These are going to be making an appearance. So we've had that one made. I like this. John Cena, and there's the bald spot staring at him. That's a good sign. That's good. Cody is the kind of guy that thinks mayonnaise is spicy. Oh. Someone check on my man Stu. And there's Stu. These are some great signs. And there's some others as well in there, but really, really good. Really good. So we'll keep an eye out for that. Absolutely. So ATK3. Really appreciate that, my friend. I know that people in the community will be keeping eyes out for that. Just like how Wrestle with Andy took one the other day as well. And really appreciate it, dude. Great one said, I wasn't going to get this merch at first, but after seeing it in real life, I decided to go for it. So this is the Belgium merch. I'm a collector. I'm going to keep them in the packaging. So great one. Shout out to you. Andy always sends me clips of his collection. Here we can see some of the Funkos. I know that Sonny is a big collector of the Funkos. And we're just having a look at some of the bits. You can see some of the cards that Andy has got as well. The Funkos that Andy has got. That Rock statue. That's an old, I think it's an old Mattel figure. So got that as well. Don't know if there's some of the other figures as well. And there, Andy's got quite a big collection, to be honest. Always sending me pictures and bits. The collection is kind of really spread out all around the room as well. Some really good figures here. Ascension, a real Undertaker collection there. Look at all them. Look at all them. I don't even know. Do you even show us the glass cabinets? Yeah, I mean, like, Andy's got all these bits, right? And then at the very end, you just get a glimpse at some glass cabinets. There. Look at all this. Rammed. Absolutely rammed. Andy, shout out to you, buds. You'd have to show us what's in the glass cabinets. I think people would want to see what's in there. And Soraya's book. Here we go. Big Mix Gaming said, check out what just arrived. So Hell in Boots. clawing my way through 9 lives, the Soraya story. So there we go. Wonderful. Enjoy that, buds. So that was the community. Let's go, thanks, and let's get out of here. So Hayden tagging me in that video, the AI one. Thank you, my friend. I hope you're well. Riddick, appreciate the support, buds. Riddick, content creator, coming out with loads of great videos themselves. So show them some love. Wrestling fans since day one, tagging me in the olds. Yeah, we had a good rub earlier, didn't we? So, love that for us. Larry, thank you, my friend. Che, Che, shout out to you. Larry, thank you, bud. World Hardcore Wrestling, shout out to you. Bradley, thank you, my friend. Wrestling's biggest fan. Appreciate the support. Parker Tiffy Time, thank you. Sweet Chim Wrestling, appreciate it. Phantom67, shout out to you. Chris, appreciate the support. Football 24085, shout out to you. Jang Tae Sang, appreciate it. Larry, thank you, my friend. Larry again. Or did someone just jump in? Praying User Sports, shout out to you, buds. Real Wrestling Fan, shout out to you. Shaq Diesel, appreciate it. Babs the Barbarian, thank you, my friend. Kelly the Wise Lady, shout out to you. Car, shout out to you, bud. Shakeem, tagging me in the Giovanni Show podcast. Edward, appreciate it, my friend. Las Vegas Matt, shout out to you. And Raymond, appreciate the support. So there we go. That was today's Unseen. Clocking in a little bit longer than I wanted, but hope you enjoyed it all the same. And hopefully I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.